All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do root well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in 1/3, and Lords, with this lesson will be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Baha, Rachakwadash. The Wadi Abashim Shai for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, in Jacob's trouble, we're gonna pray. All right. And I've been kind of jumping back and forth between the account in Daniel, the 3rd chapter, and the prayer of Azariah. And I just want to use that account as a prophetic exhortation to the times that are coming, which immediately makes me think of Revelations 20. So since that just came to mind, let's just put that here. Just give me a moment. But, the times that we're coming into, we're going to have to understand that faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is what's going to deliver us, and we pray and have hope that we're of the hopeful elect. But, we're going to show our faith by being faithful. Okay, in a deathly situation, in a situation where the only outcome that a carnal eye would perceive would be death. Okay, and that's what happened to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, or what you would know as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, so what I want to do is I just want to jump into this topic. Okay, a prophetic exhortation. And I pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that this lesson is edifying to the brothers, okay, and the few sincere sisters that are tuning in, because now it makes me think of, I believe it's 2nd Maccabees, the 7th chapter, okay, with the 7 sons and the faithful mother. All right, we have to understand what we're involved in, and we have the account. So let's start out with Romans 15:4, just to give us the building blocks to this lesson. Romans 15:4, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this word learning also means instruction. Okay, yes, see? So whatever is written aforetime was written for an instruction unto us. And you take an instruction manual and you follow it verbatim. Okay, so when we read about faithful accounts, those are instructions instructing on us what to do when we find ourselves in those situations, you see? So it says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our instruction, okay? Our learning, which is our instruction, that we through patience, suffering, and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, right? So if you find yourself locked up because of prophetic events, then you should think about Apostle Peter or Apostle Paul. Okay, if you find yourself in a position where it's life or death, then you should think of the faithful martyr Antipas. Okay, so things of that nature, that's what you should be thinking of. And then Revelations, real quick. Okay, Revelations 1:3. Okay. It says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So this is why it's a blessing. You should look up, if you find yourself not knowing what to read, then look at in particular accounts that are going to benefit you in the spirit and in your walk. Okay. If you know prophecies near, then you want to go into in particular accounts and scriptures of our forefathers and, the righteous acts that they did in the midst of these events taking place and how they showcase their faith. Hence why I want to read Daniel's, the 3rd chapter, and also touch on the prayer of Azariah in the midst of that. Okay. Because when I was reading, I said, man, this is cold. All right. So if you're not familiar, okay, in Daniel, the 3rd chapter, Nebuchadnezzar had made a statue, okay, an image that is to be worshipped, okay, just like right now. All right, Esau came out with in particular decree, and everybody had to abide by it, and you found yourself being audited for not bowing to this system, all right, and you had to rely on faith. So now that situation is going to increase to a day not like it, okay. Real quick, Daniel 3:1, Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold whose height was 3 score cubit, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Are we not in Babylon all over again? But now the virgin daughter Babylon, you see? And it says, and he set up an image. So we already are bouncing around and ducking through the image of the beast right now. But you have to understand that this image soon is going to produce a mark. And just like how everyone abides by the image, everyone is going to have to abide by the mark. Look, then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, then the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rule of providences. So what is this today? Okay, the princes, all right, people of fame, governors, okay, mayors, governors, legislation, captains, chief police, judges, judicial system, treasurers, banks, counselors, schools, police, rulers of the province, community service, everybody that has a part to play in a role that is for the societal gain of Babylon did bow. Okay, this is why they looked at you funny. Okay, it says to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. So here it is right here. You see everybody and their mother. Okay, everybody that worked for Babylon. All right, they bowed to the system. Okay, but guess who stood out? Let's go down. Okay, because they had to fall down and worship. All right, we're not here to worship Babylon. Babylon is not our God. Okay, this is why in Jacob's trouble, faith is going to have to be shown to the max. All right, and I want to say Shalom, Yahal Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakodash, Brakatham to the brothers and a few sincere sisters, and to the sister Brenda, Shalom. I'm not an elder, I'm just a servant, just like the rest of the brothers you see out there. I'm just trying to make it just like all of us. So, hey, Shalom. Just want to let you know I'm not an elder, just a brother. Now let's go down into this. Worship of the image refused. See, this is why it made me think of Revelations 20, because worship of the mark will be refused. Adawan Ratazah. Okay. Now, how we feel, okay, I can tell you how I feel, as in no, but we pray Lord's will, we're of the elect, that we have the spirit to say no. This is why it's referred to as an hour of temptation, meaning there's going to be a great tempting, and Yahweh Shai has to be with us for us to showcase that faith in the midst of a mass marking of civilization, a mass marking of mankind. You know how magnificent of a downfall this place will be through the name of Yahweh Shema Shai and refusing that mark, while the rest of the world, starting with the nation of Israel, is gonna give in. Okay, here in Babylon, 2/3 are gonna give in. Those that remain. All right, now check this out. It says, wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans, the Chaldeans are just like witches, warlocks. Okay, the think tankers of what you would know Babylon today. They were into the moon worship. And this is why in Isaiah 47, the Lord told Babylon to call in your enchanters. Call your Chaldeans now when judgment comes. See? So it says, wherefore at that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. So there's going to come a time where you will be accused. It will be noted that you refused. It will be found out that you have not bowed a knee to Baal. So this is why your faith is going to be the defense. Okay, Jacob's trouble. We're going to be in defense. We're not going to be we'll be turned into offense based off being defended. But Jacob's trouble the Lord will protect us, because we will need to be defended from a opponent opposing a offensive decree upon us. Okay, Esau is going to come crashing down specifically on Jake, hence why it's called Jacob's trouble. All right. Just like going back, you already know what I'm referring to. What happened with that? All right. Was they said we need to get blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans on board with this. See? So you don't think that we're going to be target numero uno, number one? Absolutely. Okay. So real quick, it says they spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, which a modern day king would be a president, which the presidents are just puppets. Okay, they're just puppets. So you always got a handler, people underneath them, always a military. Okay, remember Herod had his own personal army called the Herodians. Okay, so in this time of Jacob's trouble, there will be a lot of federal. Okay, because states are going to be warned with one another. Some states are going to, fall into line, but for the most part, it will be a federal task force coming against the people. All right. It says, O king, live forever. It says, thou, O king, has made a decree, right? Woe unto you that decree an unrighteous decree. This is actually an unrighteous decree. Now, we got that out the way. So let's hit a couple quick precepts as we're reading along so we can give ourselves a visualization of the time period we're entering into, which through the Holy Spirit, it's having me speak on the hour of temptation, which will be that mark. Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Let's just see what the NLT, how it words it. Yep. What sorrow awaits the unjust judges and those who issue unfair laws. So they're getting ready to issue unfair laws, but these unfair laws are ultimately prophecy. Okay. It's not Esau's mark, it's Yahweh Shemel Shai's. Because remember, John 3:27 says a man cannot receive nothing except it be given from above. So even these heathens, Daniel 4:17, this is a decree by the watchers that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and set it up over it, whoever he will, even set it up the basis of men. So all this is being orchestrated ultimately by Yahweh Shemel Shai. So you have to start looking at these situations that we will be put in as an opportunity to show Yahweh Shemel Shai that you have faith in him, which makes me think about Galatians. Because I'm not going to read all the prayer. I just want to touch on that topic. Galatians 1, KJV, real quick. Are we here to persuade men or the Most High? Okay. Galatians 1:10, for do I now persuade men or Yahweh? So when you find yourself in a temptation, life or death, even just regular everyday Babylon, are you here to persuade men that you serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, or are you here to persuade Yahweh Shemel Shai? See? Or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be a servant of a Mashiach, right? It doesn't say, what shall a man gain if he shall lose his soul, the gain, the love of the world, Mark 8:36. You see? So we're not here to please men nor persuade men. We're here to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, and our servitude is shown by our actions because faith without works is dead. So in a life or death situation, you apply faith and prayer when the hammer comes down, okay? And it's coming. So let's get a little more. It says, thou, O king, this is like they got watchers right now. Thou, O king, has made a decree, an unrighteous decree, an idol worship decree. The MARK, Revelations 13, 15 on down, that is a modern day idol, okay? A lot of these other camps, majority, 95% of these other camps, when it comes to what is the MOTB, they do not enforce to push and tell you, hey, look, it's an idol. It's a new modern day electronical idol that he wants you to bow and worship. Do not do that. You have other camps that push the law. Well, according to our law, we are not to bow to an idol or serve other gods. And when you give in to this tech, that's what you'll be doing. You will be offering yourself to Esau and his AI god. Okay. Now it says that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, or dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. Right. Breaking news. Such and such in certain cities, you can all pull up here, and now this is where you can get it. So don't they do that when a heralder, okay, when the news lets the community know of new events or new laws, well, they give you a time and a place where to go and what to do. So everyone is going to fall in line to this but the Lord has reserved 7,000 men that shall not bow a knee to Baal. And you also going to have sisters as well that aren't going to bow a knee, because remember the faithful mother, all right, with her 7 sons when they were forcing them to eat pork. Now he don't want you. He already got you eating pork. Now he wants something else to put in you. But that's because of prophecy. That's when you show your faith. You show your faith in the midst of Jacob's trouble through prayer. Okay, we're going to be praying in Jacob's trouble, just like Azariah prayed when he was in trouble with his 2 brethren. All right. And it says, and whoso falleth down not to worship, that he should be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. This is why Revelations 20 came to mind. Revelations 20, when that mark comes and it's forced mandatory, you are going to have men, and you can have women as well, okay, that are not going to bow to it, and they will be put to death for not receiving it. See, just like back then, Nebuchadnezzar created an idol that you were to worship, and if you didn't, the penalty was death. We are entering a time, because right now we can bounce, we can move, we can smile, we can shake, we could, hey, hello, we tuck the shalom in, we get on YouTube. We can't wait to get home from being in Babylon so we can be ourselves. But there's coming a time where you're not going to be able to be an Israelite, because they're going to force you to there's a certain word, assimilate. Now look, check this out. Was there a time where it was illegal for us to be Israelites? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Second Maccabees. Just give me a moment. Second Maccabees. Is it 6? I believe it's 6 and verse 6. Second Maccabees 6 and 6. It says, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. You see that? So this was during the Hellenization under King Antiochus IV, who waged war on us, which he was the abomination that make it desolate, who took away the sacrifice. And then he went as far as made it illegal for you to identify as an Israelite or to have Israelite customs. This is coming again on a level we've never seen. Okay. See, Jake think they hate it now. It's because I'm black. You hate me because no, it's deeper than that. It's because you're an Israelite. So what he's going to do, hey, look at this. What you think? What did they do to weed Jake out of Spain? Spain made pork national dish. Let's just put nationwide dish to rid of Jews. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. The pork was popular in Spain because it was used to show that you weren't. Look, see? Why was pork popular in Spain? So that if they saw you eating it, they knew you weren't an Israelite. See? So they made this the custom of this land so that they could weed out. Okay? They wanted to weed you out. See? So what are they going to do now? They're going to implement this mark, which is ultimately prophecy, but this is how they're going to weed out the Israelites that serve Yahweh Shemel Shai. Didn't it say you shall be cast out? And this is then you should know they're my chosen. See? So persecution and being faithful and praying in the midst of that is a tall tale sign we are serving the Lord. Okay? Not just walking around wearing fringes. All right? Not just shaloming. No, faith. Just like what was counted a righteousness for Abraham? Faith. Why do you think Paul was pushing Abraham to the Galatians? Faith. This is what we need. Now, let's get into this real quick. It says, and whoso falleth not down to worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Revelations 20. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. John the Revelator saw the righteous servants of Yahweh Shemel Shai, starting with the elect men, the elect Israelite men, okay? And he saw them on thrones, as Yahweh Shai said they would be, and they sat upon these thrones, meaning he saw the dominion in their rulership. So John already saw us in the kingdom ruling. We have to understand that the victory has already been won. We're just waiting for it to manifest, okay? Esau got his manifest destiny. Now it's time for us to get ours. But this is the necessary ingredients that are going to play out to bring this forth. And it says, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for a witness of Yahweh Shai and for the word of Yahweh. This word, the word that we're reading right now. Okay. This doctrine that you believe in right now, that's the word. And the word was made flesh, and the flesh was Yahweh Shai, and he dwelt among us, as he's dwelling with us now in the spirit, as he said, I will be even with you in the ends of the world. And which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So what John saw was those Israelites that endured the OTB and gave their lives to where they were killed for not taking it. John saw them being the first fruits, ruling with Yahweh Shai on the first day of our kingdom. Because remember, one day is as 1,000 years. This doesn't mean that after one day or 1,000 years, the kingdom's going to be over. John saw the first day of our kingdom and rulership, which will be equated to man as 1,000 years, but to the Father and us, it will be just one day. So we want to be the first fruit. We want to be the first generation of Israelites that are recorded in the book of life forever. It will be told forever of the testimony of the elect men and the 1/3, which do consist of men, women, and children, on what took place to bring in the kingdom of David through Yahweh Shai. I want to be a part of that. Okay. And if that means giving up, okay, or me losing this meaningless, vain life, then hey, because it's vain if we ain't serving the Lord. See? So the life that we live now, it's to the will of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Romans 12. Read Romans 12. Okay? So these are things you want to think about when you are presented with a life or death situation from the enemy at all. You know, how can we fall to what the enemy wants to give us? Now, so we got that out the way. So see how back then, but now this time, all right, it's not going to be of bowing to a literal statue. It's going to be having it put in you. It says, there are certain Israelites whom thou has set over the affairs of the province of Babylon. Are we not in Babylon? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. See? Or Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Hey, what they say? These are slave names. We all got slave names, but we also have Hebrew Israelite names. Okay? So we have Hebrew Israelite names, but these heathens call us by our slave government names. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They have not taken it. They don't have their CHIP. They don't have their paperwork. Okay? We scanned them. They said they refuse. That's how the people are going to be, brothers and you few sisters. You think that people don't like you now? I mean, white people, they just racist. We're going to go to a different restaurant. You think, no, bro. You want to talk about the demonicness that they are going to express because you do not have the MOTB? Oh, watch. You'll see. Look at how they acted because you didn't have the muzzle or it wasn't over your nose. You know, they don't like seeing our nigga nose. So, you know, you got to cover that up. You see how they treated you when that first thing went down? Y'all got your own personal testimonies. You better remember. Now imagine how they're going to act with this. Woo! Imagine how Esau and the powers that be are going to act. Madmen sparing none. They serve not thy gods. They don't want to serve our gods. See? Nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. The Nebuchadnezzar in rage and fury. Look at it. What you tripping for? Because he's a demon. See? The Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right. Then they brought these men before the king. Oh, didn't it say you be brought before governors? But take no thought what ye shall speak. Doesn't Yahweh Shai say that? Matthew 10. Matthew 10 comes to mind. Okay. It should go to the gates and the nobles. Matthew 10 and 20. Is it? Matthew 10 and 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings. Was Nebuchadnezzar not a king? For my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in the same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, with the spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. See? So remember when Apostle Peter stood before Israel and it said he was moved by the Holy Spirit. So we ought not to worry what we are going to have to say when we're brought before the powers that be for denying the MARK. Okay, we're just going to have faith. We're just going to pray. We're going to pray to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay, and it says, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Is it true? You know, they're going to call you whatever, whatever your government name is. This is true. Like in Matrix, Agent Smith, he said, Mr. Anderson, right? But you've been living two lives. They know everything. They know it all. All right, let's stop faking. Do not ye serve my gods? They want to know why you ain't serving their gods. Nor worship the golden image which I have set up. You don't want to be an American? You don't feel that this is not your country and you owe your country a great debt of gratitude for what we have done for you? that's how they're going to treat you. Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, or dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. When we tell you that you have a deadline and you have, 24 hours left, you are to get this. See? Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Are we not already in a furnace? Are we already not in a furnace of affliction? Was Egypt not called the iron furnace? So come on. You know, we already going through temptation. We already catching hell and fighting Satan and demons. So the Lord is preparing us through our temptations for this great hour of temptation that Yahweh Shai said he's going to keep us from. See? And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? The God is Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's our God. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. Didn't it say in Zechariah that we will be pulled out of the fire? Okay. Do you know bowing down to the image is going to give you fire? Taking his MARK is going to put you in the lake of fire. The only option is to deny. Okay. The only option is la'ah. No, there is no maybe. There ain't no let me think about it. No, the answer is no. No. And he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Exactly. What did Joshua say? Joshua 24. He said, for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh Shemel Shai. So, hey, Jacob's trouble going to be a lot of prayer going on. A lot of speaking Yahweh Shemel Shai going on. Where is it? Joshua 24, 15. Just going to get a couple more, just kind of building something up. Joshua 24 and 14. Listen to this. Now, therefore, fear Yahweh Shemel Shai and serve him in sincerity and in truth. Be sincere. Be sincere. Okay, be truthful. If you feel that you lack faith or you feel frightful, then pray. Pray to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Read 2 Samuel 1 and 7. The Lord did not give us a spirit of fear. This is the time now to examine thyself. Say, I do need to work on that. That's called humility. Okay? And the Lord is open to a humble heart. All right? It says he resists the proud. We don't need to be proud. Okay? All the proud is going to perish. And put away the gods which your father served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye Yahweh Shemel Shai. And if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, choose you this day whom ye will serve. And we see it in the account of in Babylon, the captains, the judges, the governors, the sheriffs, all them, they served Babylon because they're heathens. That's their God. We have a God. Okay. Why are you asking me to serve another God? I already got a God. I already got one. Like it says, he that is not satisfied with his portion is a covetous man. You should be satisfied with Yahweh Shemel Shai. You should be satisfied with the portion Yahweh Shemel Shai gives you. But that's where Esau comes in with temptation that you could have a little more. You're talking to the man that eyes stand out with fatness and has a desire of more than heart could wish. I'm good. See? It says choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. This is the spirit you need to walk in. We will serve Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. So no, there is no option. Okay. Now look, Daniel's brothers protected. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed. So he changed, man. You saw the demons on him. All right. You saw the demons on him. It says was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. It reminds me of Elijah in 1 Kings 18 when he had them wet that altar with more water, and then the Lord came and scooped the sacrifice with a flame and fire. So it don't matter how much or what they're doing to increase the punishment for you, you know. That just makes the glorification of the Lord's salvation upon us that much more greater. So don't allow the fear factor of the he's going to make it more painful. That's going to make it even more gloriful to the Lord to deliver us, showing you that I will not fear what man could do unto me. No weapon formed against thee shall prosper. We're entering that time where there will be weapons against us that ultimately won't prosper. But this is where faith and prayer kicks in. When you go into a situation with faith, and then in this situation you're praying, praising the Lord, calling upon Yahweh B'Shem El Shai in a death situation, that's faith. And you're going to see that with Azariah. All right. And it says, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. So they were taken and thrown into this fiery furnace. Okay, they were taken and thrown into this fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You see that? So even the men that were told to put them to death, they died themselves from this fire. But what happened to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? You know, what happened to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah? What happened? Well, you can go to the prayer of Azariah, which is 1 chapter long, and look at this. At the minute they were thrown in, and they walked in the midst of the fire, praising Yahweh. You see that? So when Jacob's trouble comes, Proverbs, one of my favorite ones, Proverbs 3 and 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear. Oh no, the fire. Oh no, the flame. Oh no, a gun, a bomb, boom, no food, no water. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. So we ought not to fear. Okay? Fear not what man can do unto thee, but fear Yahweh. Okay? So as they got thrown in this fire, and the mighty men that threw them in have just got burned, the minute they fell in the fire, the first thing they did was praise Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. Okay? Jacob's trouble is going to be a fiery tribulation of faith and blessing the Lord. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. That means you're blessing Yahweh B'Shem El Shai as you're in the midst of a fire, or if your head is in a guillotine. The first thing you say is, call Allah Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. See? You see? Other people, oh my God, please don't do this. I'll do it. People are going to be given. They're going to be right at the moment of death and break and give in. They're going to give in. See? Then Azariah stood up. So he stood up. They got thrown in the fire, fell to the ground of this furnace, and stood up. and prayed on this manner. They're praying in the midst of fire and flame. When you see those missiles coming, you ought to pray. Okay, if you make it that far, you better be praying the whole time. But you better pray when you see them missiles in the air. You better pray to Yahweh Shem Shai. Zechariah 13. Look at this, man. Okay, Zechariah 13 and 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land of Babylon, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, 2/3, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire. Was not Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego brought through the fire? But what did they do while they were in that fire? They prayed. They blessed Yahweh Shem Shai. And I will bring the third part through the fire. So the last words that I want to utter on this earth before salvation is Barakatah Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? Don't they say, what was his last words? You know, what are the last words that are going to be uttered out of your mouth before this vile, sinful flesh is stripped away and we change in a twinkle of an eye? And I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God. See, this is prophecy. So when the fire comes, you're going to hear the elect call on the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. You see why the Holy Spirit pushes to you, brothers and sisters, the importance of the name? See, this prophecy alone cuts anybody trying to tell you we don't have the name yet. This cuts any demon trying to lie to you, trying to pervert the gospel before you, trying to shut up the gates of heaven before you, okay? The gates of salvation. And it says, blessed art thou, Barakatah Yahweh Shem Shai, O Lord, power of our fathers, right? What is this? O Lord, Adawan, Allah, Shal, our, what is that? Abiam, right? It says, thy name, Hashem, thy name is worthy to be praised and glorified forevermore. They ain't sitting on a couch, okay? They ain't in a podcast. They ain't on YouTube saying this. They're in a flame, man. Okay? They're in a flame. And let me show you a better. I'm going to put this as a thumbnail. Let me show you a better picture. I'm about to wrap this up, actually. Let me see. Let me show you. There you go. There you go. That's something to look at right there. All right. You see that? That's Mishael, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Salakia. Their slave name, Salakia. But there you go. You see? So that's what you're to be doing. So let's go back. Get a couple more. We're going to wrap it up. That'll be the lesson. Okay, go here. Oh, let me present the screen again. I just wanted to share that because Esau, he wanted to show you, you know. So real quick, going back to the prayer, share my screen, Salakia. And it says, thy name is worthy to be praised and glorified forevermore, for thou art righteous in all the things that thou hast done to us. Yea, true are all thy works, thy ways are right, and all thy judgments truest. So in Jacob's trouble, you're to be blessing Yahweh Shem Shai for what he's done for you. You're to be praying to Yahweh Shem Shai and thanking him for everything that he's done and gonna do, okay? And how man will be confounded and man can do nothing against us, all right? That's what you need to be praying. You see, look, and thou did deliver us into the hands of the lawless enemy, most hateful forsakers of Yahweh, into an unjust king and the most wicked in the world. See? So we're going to be cursing Esau out in the midst of our prayer, cussing their ass out, probably putting curses on them, just speaking in the Hebrew, and, you know, hey, you got to say certain things in the English, you know, speaking English, you know. But it also goes into that Yahweh Shai, he put a watery mist around them when you read it. It's right in here. You know, I would recommend you brothers and you few sisters, you read it. It's a very comforting account, especially when you take into consideration that they're in a 49 to 75 foot high flame of fire surrounding them. And where is it? I do want to look. Nevertheless, in a contrite heart and a humble spirit, let us be accepted. Woo-wee! Man, you can't tell me that's not powerful, man. Especially with the situation they're in, Just give me a sec. I'm just looking. Yep. And look at this. And made the midst of the furnace as it had been a moist, whistling wind, so that the fire touched them not at all, neither hurt nor troubled them. Apostle Peter walked on water. So you mean to tell me you can't walk through flame? We got to stop thinking carnally here. This man made you think because there's flame, you die. You go underwater, you can't breathe, you die. No. Hey, man, Deuteronomy 32 and 39 need to be tapped into right now. Deuteronomy 32. We serve the God of the living, man. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, I make alive. You hear that? I kill, I make alive. You can't, I'm going to die. Who said? Just because they said you're going to die, that means you're going to die? Stop giving their ass this much power. Stop giving these mere mortals this much power. If Yahweh say you're not dying, you're not dying. I don't care what happens. Okay? I wound and I heal. Why is he healing so quickly? See? Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. You can't deliver out of Yahweh Shemel Shai's hand. Now let's go back. And it says, look at this, verse 23. And it says, and these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound in the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And what's the first thing they did? They prayed. They blessed the Lord. They thanked the Lord for his name, and they gave glory to the Lord in his name, and praised the Lord to confound these wicked heathen dog demons that have us in oppression. So they was cursing the heathen out while praying and blessing the Lord in the midst of a deathly situation. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the son of Yahweh. So he saw Yahweh Shai. Okay? Yahweh Shai himself came down in the midst of these 3 brothers and had a moist whistling of a wind surrounding them. And they were able to walk through the fire, and it didn't burn them. And they didn't even smell like they had been in fire. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego came forth in the midst of the fire. And the princes and the governors and captains and the kings and the counselors being gathered together, all these people that got marked, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power. Fire had no power. Water has no power. Guillotine has no power. Man has no power. We are princes of power, and the Lord is getting ready to show that on these people when they try to come down upon us. And yes, there'll be some brothers and sisters that will be put to death, but that'll be their lot. But you have other brothers and sisters, as Yahweh Shai said, some of you standing here will not taste death. Didn't he tell that to his men? Some of you standing here shall not taste death. Neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. You see that? Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel up to Daniel's 12, Ma'aka'Allah, and delivered his servants that trusted in him and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any God except their own God. You see that? You see that? So let's end it off on Daniel's 12. I mean, of course we could keep going, but the point has been made. Okay? Trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai. Call upon him while he's near. And in the time of Jacob's trouble, pray. Daniel's 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up. Didn't Yahweh Shai stand up? And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. See that? So, hey, man, Lord's will, we're written in that book, you know? So I just wanted to do that quick lesson. It was pressed upon my spirit. And I just want to express to you, brothers and you few sincere sisters, hey, pray, okay? In a time of trouble, especially Jacob's trouble, pray. You see the accounts. You see who is called upon. Yahweh Shemel Shai was confounded. It's quite contrary, the opposite. So I'm going to leave it there. Call halal, Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem Kakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace, safety, and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.